Alrighty. Sorry, give me a minute as I'm clicking around and trying to get myself situated. But happy superb owl Sunday. Um, I was unaware that Super Bowl Sunday was coming up until 2 days ago when I walked into the grocery store and saw there was like a football themed setup by the sodas and chips. And I was like, is there something happening? Oh, it's Super Bowl. So yeah, happy superb owl Sunday. I am I am distinctly uninterested in the football segment of it. I don't even know who's playing actually. I think Tom Brady is playing, but as far as who the teams are, I have no idea. So today I'm going to be drawing some superb owls and most likely some D&D characters because I like both of those things. So you may hear me clicking around because my microphone is pointed in the general direction of my mouse. Also, you might hear my heater turning on because it's like -5 degrees here. So that's super cool. But yes. So give me just a second. In the meantime, you can admire my very derpy owl, who I ran out of space at the bottom of the screen, so his legs are looking a little questionable. Alright. So let me see. I'm going to pull up some superb owls in another window so that I can get some ideas for what to draw. There is one that I was kind of thinking about. I don't know the actual name of it, like what the official name is, but I know it makes this like Dracula face. It's like a transformer owl, and I don't know what the official name of it is. Owl transformer? Well, what kind of owl are you? So according to whatever threat it's facing, it sort of does this transformer thing where either it like puffs up to make itself look like really big, which is typical standard animal behavior, super cool. But then it also does this thing where it shrinks up and makes like a really evil face. So that's also very cool. So look up Transformer Owl on YouTube and you will get this owl that I'm about to draw. So let me make a new layer. Oh my gosh. Transformer. Excuse me. All right, so welcome. Yes, I love the narrow to big. It's such a good owl. I saw it so many years ago, but it's still like the best. So shape 1, or let's see. So like its first form is very standard owl. Ooh. And then you get big. And then you get small. And like evil, it's so good. So let's see. I'm going to skip the standard owl. I'm just going to go straight into the big boy. Gosh, it's really just a circle. Okay, so my Clip Studio Paint and Wacom tablet like to do this fun thing where they won't talk to each other. So if the screen suddenly goes narrow, or if the screen suddenly freezes up, it's probably me minimizing my window so they can communicate once more. It's very fun. Downloading the newest drivers has not done anything to fix the problem. It's got this like very good mustache that I'm a fan of. Alright, here we go. Into the wings. Maybe I should actually open up this image so I could see it a little better. That would be great. Oh my gosh. So I have a GIF up and it looks even, with the camera moving around, it looks even floofier than I originally remembered it. Also, if you hear me go silent while I'm drawing, it's because I'm trying to talk while I'm drawing, especially if I'm actually trying to like make something look halfway decent. Those are like the same channels of my brain, and so either I end up drawing really bad and speaking articulately, or I just mumble words and my drawing comes out okay. So it's like either or. I feel like I'm not getting the wings. I feel like he's hunched over and their wings are doing like, kind of like one of these things. And I'm not getting it because its feet have completely disappeared under the fluff, but there's like a foot. And there's like another foot. And also he's got his beak open because he's screaming at the handler. So I don't know if you've seen the GIF where like 90% of an owl's mass is just legs. Where they like lift up the skirt, like their butt feathers, and the legs just go just all the way up. It's just all legs. The feathers are a lie. I think I saw that like 3 years ago and I was like, everything I've known to be true is false. Okay, maybe I should have picked a simpler one to draw because I feel like there's a lot happening here that I'm not accurately conveying. Let's get his little, he's got some little side stripes happening. Also in the video, this guy's like whiskers make him look like a mind flayer from D&D. Just got all sorts of mustache happening. Poor buddy. I think I'm gonna make him look more Scream. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I need his other foot. He's standing on one foot. Alright. Well, you know, counting this one as a warm-up. I'm gonna draw the evil version of it. The narrow boy. Also, I like to move my canvas around. I do apologize. I have a tablet that is, however big my screen is, but I'll only draw in a box like this big. It's a real problem. Alright, evil, narrow, burb. So, same head shape, but so evil. And also he's doing this, like, Count Dracula thing with its shoulder. Very much me. Gosh, I have to watch this video again. I forgot how much I love this owl. And just like the thinnest eyes. Just like so suspicious. Me. Stinky lines because he's glaring at you. Let's see. Let's go back. Gosh. Just very thin. Yeah. Feet. All right. So there we have it. We've got welcome. He's scrim or you judge. Yep. Very accurate. He's scrim. But he judge. Yep. So there we go. Someone has to keep me informed of what the score is. If anybody's watching the game, I'm not. Twitter has been keeping like live score, but I ignored it in favor of changing my stream settings. So there you go. All right. Gosh, this owl gets so flat. I was about to draw its little side stripes, but the way it folds its face, the stripes are like back here behind its head. Nature is fun. Also, I just read about these like single-celled creatures up in like Antarctica that are composed of only one cell, but you can actually like pick them up with tweezers because they're so big. Yes. And they're like the perfect predator. It's like, oh, we put these giant creatures for its size in the tank and it ate them. It destroyed them. I was like, wow, that's awesome. This is how you get zombies. Listen, we already know from the pandemic that if this was actually a zombie apocalypse, people would be going to the movies and to restaurants, having been bitten by a zombie, and saying, oh no, I'm fine. This whole zombie thing is a hoax. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. Speaking of how nature is very scary and terrifying. So I might get a little more owl footage, owl action happening in here. I don't know if you all have any suggestions for owls, any superb owls you would like to nominate. Gosh, there's one owl that just has like a sad face. I don't know the official names of any owls, only the vibe they have. Yes, it was so scary, because it's just like, oh yeah, they're teeny tiny, but also the perfect predator, and it eats things alive. And I was like, wow, If this were an animal the size of like a tiger, I would be even more terrified. Nature is just so terrifying, especially the ocean. Why go to space? We have all the scary things you could possibly need. Owl bucket? I have not seen the owl bucket video. I'm curious. It's a video? Ooh, getting the link maybe? Okay. I'm not familiar. A Google search is yielding literal owl buckets. Old man is winning. Okay, I'm going to, in the interest of being culturally relevant, I'm going to look up the Super Bowl score. Are you actually watching it? Oh, wow. Okay, now I know who's playing. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very good. Also, apparently there's like people in the stadium. Like a whole bunch of people. So when they say limited in-person attendance, I'm like, well, there's still thousands of people there. Yeah, I read that too. Where it's like a bunch of healthcare workers. Yep. Yeah, it's... Yeah. On the one hand, yes, I'm like super into it. Like, heck yeah, you know, they're vaccinated. But also just like, whoa. There's so many people who are just... Well, see, the Super Bowl, they had people in the Super Bowl stadium. We could do it in the Twitch chat. Either or. Patrick Stewart was in a commercial. Oh, I love Patrick Stewart. I grew up watching Star Trek The Next Generation. Patrick Stewart has not aged a day since I was like 5. The man is just... I think he looked like that when he was in his 20s. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes! This video! Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about this video. I don't know how I did. I don't know why I was blanking out at Owl Bucket. I watched this video so many times. I just love how clueless these little fluffs are. It's just like, go, get. And they're like, what? Big wide world? Big scary hand? Oh, look at these good burbs. Okay. I'll take a shot at drawing them. Why not? If there's anything that watching owl videos has taught me, it's owls are just circles. Just one owlet. I saw this video and it was the saddest thing, but also very fascinating, and it was a owlet that was hearing thunder for the first time, and it was alone in its nest, and you could just see like the poor baby just like losing its mind because it was like, what the hell is that? It was very interesting. Gosh, the owl bucket. Oh my goodness. All right. I feel like, yeah, I love owls. They're just so good. It's like nature made these perfect predators that look so majestic and wise, but apparently they're actually like super dumb. So there's that. And also their eyes are like 90% of their body. I like this little one that's just like, he's being nudged in and he's like, no, I don't wanna. Alright, I think I'm gonna draw a couple of them. Why not? Oh, it's true though. Eyeball's too big, no room for brain. Listen, when you look into an owl's eyes, you can see the vastness of space. Because that's all that's back there, baby. Alright. Teeny little mustache. The owl bucket. They're so floofy. And just little legs. Boop. Boop. I have seen that. The blind owl, it's like that one shot in like WALL-E. Yes. I love that owl. It's like this owl has got a galaxy in her eyes. Their eyes. Ooh, really? I forgot what kind of owl it was. Oh. Wow. What, do you remember what animal sanctuary it was? I'm really curious. I love animal sanctuaries. Oh, nice. Bald eagles are another very majestic looking bird, but I think natives of Alaska are just like, yeah, they're like just super dumb. Nickelodeon and the NFL have a partnership? What? It's 2021. Stranger things have happened. Alright, how do bird legs do? I think they bend backwards. We're still in the warm-up stage. My brain hasn't quite caught up to the fact that I'm drawing yet. What quarter are we in? I gotta go back to the Super Bowl so I can stay relevant. Is it halftime? Google is telling me nothing. I'm going to go back to drawing owls. I think I'm going to make this owl running into the bucket. And running away from the big scary hand. Run away. So fun fact, I was at work today, and an older woman comes out of her room and asks me, "Is this the day the children go to school?" And for a moment I was like, "Excuse me? I'm not sure what you mean." And I had to repeat to her a couple of times, no, it's actually Sunday. The children are not going to school today, madam. And she finally got the point. Tumblr post where they say, what if the Addams family lived next to the mummy's house? I feel like they would be buds with the mummy. Like, the Addams family makes everybody welcome, makes everybody feel like they're part of the family. The mummy would have some, like, unresolved business. Oh. Like the cast? I know. I don't know how I feel about these legs. I'm trying to get their whole gawky charm, and I think I've just made like a hell creature. Oh well. We're drawing superb owls. Every owl is superb in their own way. And then there's like the bucket over here. Bucket in the ground. Oh, here we go. Let's make this relevant. Let's make this, how do you draw football? You draw football like egg. There we go. Let's try and get to the bucket. Touchdown the bucket. And all of his other buds are over here, cheering him on. Yeah, I saw another Tumblr post where it was like, what if the Addams Family opened up their house as like a boarding house for college students? And they were like, oh, like a medical student would be trying to work on their thesis or whatever in the library, and Gomez would pop out of nowhere with a saber and throw it to them and be like, on guard, and you're like, I'm trying to work on my stuff. But it turns out that actually makes you think on your feet and be a better worker. So I forgot what all the other goofy things were. But yeah, basically just the Addams Family are the chaotic good of the fantasy world. Truly family goals. I mean, really. It's like, wow, a husband and wife that actually like love each other in the media? Amazing. So countercultural. All right. I think I'm reaching peak saturation in terms of drawing owls. I'm not even sure some of these guys are owls down here, but that's what we're going with. There's like one creeping out over here. All right. We've got the owl bucket. We've got the transformer owl. Let's draw something else. It could be more owls. A different type of owl. Oh, are we at halftime? What is the halftime show? What's the vibe? Is it Nickelodeon meets NFL? What? A bard leading a choir? Okay, that's cool. I'm down with that. Down with the poetry reading. Her inauguration poem was, I was working and they were playing it in the background, and I'm in the middle of like doing whatever I was doing, and I was just like, damn, this is powerful. So yeah, it's so awesome. Dang, you go, girl. Okay, I think we're going to draw one more owl. I'm going to paste it into my document so you all can see what I'm drawing. When I said I wanted to draw a sad owl, this is what I wanted. Can I cut this out so it's not taking up as much room? Get out of here. I'm a big fan of sad animal faces. I don't even know if this one looks sad, just surprised? Concerned? Something's happening and this owl is not down with it. Alright, let's see. Again, we're doing round. Actually, this owl has... Yep, this is owl. This is owl. There we go. I've drawn it. I like this sort of lost in translation version of the halftime show that I'm getting, because I'm not watching it. So hearing it secondhand is very good, because I have no idea what the heck is going on. Gosh, owl eyes are the best. After teaching kids how to draw human eyes, owl eyes are just so simple and so good. Just draw a circle. Just draw a circle inside that circle. Now you have a nightmare creature. There we go. I'm done. Doesn't even have ears. Gosh. Where is the stage? You're like my seeing eye chat. I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl and draw owls at the same time. I refuse. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it's like your stadium is not, or shouldn't be, as full as it usually would be. So why not take advantage of that? Okay, so here's the thing about owls. Their shape is very simple, but they've also got like feathers and stuff that I don't exactly feel like drawing. But how can you convey the majesty of an owl without drawing its feathers? How can you accurately portray its haunted look? This thing is getting more cursed the more I noodle on it. Oh no. Sometimes a drawing has to look worse before it can look better, is what I've told people in the past. Sometimes it keeps looking worse. That's okay. Gosh, this owl has big... I don't know, he's shaped like a brain. If you were to take a brain and split it, or look at it down, like from the top up, looks like a brain. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. Crank this up. Darken up some of these things. And 110% don't feel like doing all of these feathers. So much cross-hatching. So instead, I'm going to do this. don't feel like drawing feathers. So my cheat is to just block everything in with a big old brush. So when I drew the swole picture last night, we were wrapping up our conversation. This was basically me just like furiously blocking in shapes so that I could put it in the chat when all else fails. Double the size of your brush and paint like the wind. I just feel like there's chaos happening in this halftime show. Or it's just a typical halftime show. Who is performing? Is it The Weeknd? Is it more people? Like other people? Is Justin Timberlake playing? Somebody mentioned him on Twitter. I was like, oh, is that happening? I don't know. So my biggest concerns for the Super Bowl were mainly just for the food in past years. I have one concern. Oh, thank you. I've practiced a lot. I have a degree in animation, and when you're an animator, you have to be nothing if not fast. And parenthetically, I like drawing comics. Again, you have to be fast. So, now if I could just finish a project, I would be unstoppable. Unfortunately, I have been nerfed to where I can't finish projects. It's a real problem. Alright. Well, thank you. I'm glad you all enjoy them. I have a lot of fun drawing them. And also, your Ferdy drawing of Ferdy on the giant pancake was just chef's kiss. So good. I was looking at it and I was just like, man, this is the level of comfort that I aspire to. I want to be that comfortable ever in my life. One day. Alright, we got a blue friend. Oh my goodness, come on. Alrighty. Well, alright, I've just about had it with owls. These owls have been superb. I want to draw something else. So, we're going to move on to the D&D characters playing football part of the stream. I have to go back on Twitter because I think it was Dave, you tweeted something in response, and I was like, I have to draw this. So I'm going to start with that. What was it? Blake and Ferdy blocking for Tide while Renzo goes for a layup. Oh, nice. Yes, this tweet is mixing up the sports, which I think is probably accurate. I think this is maybe like off camera, off stage, where these professional wrestlers are sort of peripherally aware of these sports, but then mix them up on their own. Basket foot basket. So I was telling Dave last night, I know that Drew described Tide at some point at the beginning of the game, but it's been a while, and so I actually have a very unclear mental image of what Tide looks like aside from being a human male. So every time I draw him, it's different, which I feel bad. So I think last night I drew him based off of your art, Kat, and then where he's got like that sort of, I Why can't I think of haircuts? He's basically got like a buzz cut. Not a buzz cut. A fade? Question mark? I know my hairstyles. He's got this. There's like ears, right? So I basically did one of these. A semi-mullet. Yep, that classic tied look. Semi-mullet. Lots of eyes. The mullet represents spider legs. All right. No, I think we're on to something here, folks. Semi-mullet. Make the mullet a thing. It's like, Drew, I've never met you in person, but here I drew this art, my headcanon of what Tide looks like in my head whenever he's fighting. It's just a glorious mullet, right? So there's going to be a shot where Tide's just like, I cast... I was going to say Scorching Ray. I don't think he has Scorching Ray. Eldritch Blast. Except, you know, he looks super cool. But then just... Oh, is this fake Tide? Have we stumbled upon a conspiracy? Are we gonna be getting... Does Blake follow just all of the fake members of the Swole Boys? It's like, Tide, I thought this was you. That guy has a mullet. That's not me. Don't you have a... Oh. Okay, but how would this work? I guess the mullet, it's kind of shaved here, and then it goes into mullet. This is going to be utterly incomprehensible, but I think I want to explore this. So apologies to Tide in advance for this heinous work of art. I was so distracted by the mullet that for a brief moment I forgot where the lasso tool was. That's the only real account that Blake follows. It's like, Blake, why do you follow so many people? It's like, well, I had to follow my friends. But yeah, there's only one furry account. And it is the real one. That's canon. Okay, Tide is a spellcaster. So I always imagine he's just got this like Final Fantasy-esque, like just high collar, just real Nomura looking outfit. Yeah, I don't know where we're going with this. What was the original prompt? Ferdy and Blake blocking Tide. While he goes for a layup, question mark? Okay, well I'm gonna finish. I think I'm gonna finish this and then we'll get into the actual sports ball picture. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, Tide. What have I done? I've also drawn myself into a corner. I don't know where his arms are gonna go. Oh goodness. This is a terrible thing I've done. Alright, we're gonna put the arm over here. He's gonna be doing like a Kamehameha wind up. Okay, what is this jacket even? It ain't heinous if the whole party's rocking it. Blake doesn't have hair. But now you have called down be careful what you wish for, because now I gotta draw everybody with a mullet. But have you known that Renzo's hair is already kind of long, so he's already got kind of a mullet. Sorry, 10. This is going to be an incomprehensible stream when I'm looking back on it. And let's see. Glove, glove, glove. That's cool, right? Gosh, you could tell I grew up watching Naruto. Ugh. Well, listen, whenever I've drawn and there are friends present and they're giving me stuff to draw, it always just mutates and grows chaotic. So, I've actually kind of missed that. It's drawing with folks and having them say like, hey, draw this, and it just takes on a life of its own. What does Eldritch Blast look like? I don't know. Dark energy. Fire? Bad fire? Also, shout out to all the spellcasters, because I played a partial caster, a paladin once, and I only had like 5 spells, but I was like, this is too much. I can't do this. Purple finger gun zaps, that's right, absolutely. Oh my goodness, okay, we got this. Of course, duh, I knew that's what he does. Why did I go for this? So he's going to be looking like really angry, butt finger zapping you. Which is such a different energy than like the classic finger guns, which is, wink, and then finger gun. Oh gosh. Tide's rocking that very angry energy. Because he's facing off against the Ooblock. The Obelix. The obelisk. No, I don't want to cut the entire layer. I would like to keep it, please. So, Clip Studio Paint Obelix. Asterix and the Vikings. I'm sorry, Dave. It was a great monster. Please don't send it at us again. Okay, I don't know why I went for this angle. Digital art is the best. I make a mistake, I don't have to erase. I just cut the whole dang thing and start over again. Smullen. I don't want to almost die again. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the great game. I'm so glad I am alive. I was like, it's a plant. How bad could it be? Oh god. Oh god. It could be real bad. You know what you did. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, Tide almost died. I think at the end of the fight it was like, okay, like, we came out of it very not unscathed. What is Ferdy's HP? Is it below 70? Ugh. Jeez Louise. Yay! Slightly less squishy furdy. Yeah, spellcasters, man. It's like, just stand behind Blake or Renzo. One of the two. Stand behind the damaged sponge. So I'm definitely going to be drawing the boys in sports ball football outfits. I just have to draw Tide's mullet because I'm in too deep. I gotta finish it. I think I'm gonna draw him. I don't know if anybody's seen Yu Hakusho. Like, classic. Oh, classic anime. What's his name? Yusuke? When he does his, like, finger zap. Spirit gun, whatever he calls it. It's been a minute since I've seen it. He, like, holds... Right? It's like he's holding a gun, but he's just firing out of his fingertips. Gosh, this is really... This arm refuses to cooperate. I started with a mullet without... What? It's old. Yu Yu Hakusho is older. It's gosh, I want to say it came out like late 90s, mid 90s maybe, and like I don't know how to describe it. Is it also called Ghost Fighter? Oh my goodness. I did not know it by that name. But like this guy that's like high school delinquent dies in an accident saving a kid, and they're like, oh, you did a good thing, an unselfish thing, so we're gonna give you a chance to come back. So he kind of like floats around as a ghost for a while. My memory is foggy on what exactly he does, but it's like, oh, like if you do however many good deeds, you can come back to life. So eventually he comes back to life and then gets involved in like the underworld, like the demon fights and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, that was his like his big finisher was like, alright, he's pounded you into a jelly and now he's gonna zap you with his literal finger gun. And yeah, he does the thing where, right, he's holding, gosh, you gotta stay in practice. I love drawing hands, but I'm so out of practice. Ugh. Yeah, right, so he's like, it's like a gun safety course where you're supposed to hold the gun with two hands, except he's holding just one hand, and he does this whole like, he's literally shooting you with like his I don't know, his ki, his chakra. Yes, a Charlie's Angels pose gun. That's exactly what it is. It's big on like all of the cover art and stuff. That's all he does. So it's interesting. There's like 4 main characters and then they all like hate each other's guts, but they all have to work together, and it's, I don't know, it's fun. I would not say it was one of my favorite anime, but it was entertaining. It was a good time. Just if you do go search it out, it is a little older, so just be aware. It's vintage. So yeah, I was gonna have Tide doing that pose. There's a guy with a pacifier who's like this little, in most of his shots, in like 90% of his shots, he looks like a little baby with a pacifier in his mouth, but he's like this I mean, spoilers for this like 20-year-old series, but he's like, whatever, the king of heaven or the king of hell or something. And when he changes into his true form, he becomes a fully grown-up dude with a pacifier in his mouth. Gosh, I'm remembering. It's all coming back to me. Gosh, Yu Hakusho. There was a manga and an anime. And gosh, my memory is so foggy on what exactly went down in them because, gosh, that was like circa high school, I think, for me. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. Okay, I'm sorry, Tide. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to like revisit this because I want his other arm to be doing something, but it's all a toss-up at this point. Again, my disclaimer, can't draw and talk at the same time. I'm hoping if I do a static pose, it'll be a little easier. Oh, I'm sorry, Tide, for your mullet. I'm gonna put it on Discord and tag him in it. Alright, new layer, boom. Yeah, it's a fun series. It goes from like, he's kind of floating around Japan or Tokyo or wherever he lives and he's doing his thing. Again, to kind of like, everything kind of escalates. Now he's fighting, there's like a tournament arc. There's just, it's goofy. It's a fun time. Alright. So I want to do the Swole Boys playing some form of sport. Foot basketball. Do they show the episodes whether it's bad guys with their own zones? That sounds vaguely familiar. Gosh, again, it's been so long. I'm sure they did. Again, I feel like I read the manga, and I'm getting the two like mixed up, because I feel like there was like a divide in them between like how much they showed. I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I feel like I have to go watch it now. The best guy was a guy named Kuwabara, who's a similar high school delinquent as the main character. Hey, another touchdown. I don't know who I'm cheering for, but like, yay! Touchdown! Don't know. Maybe I should look at the screen while I draw. I was watching my stream window. Whoops. Alright. But yeah, it's a fun show. Foot basketball. Boxing chess. So I feel like, I don't know, put the basket over here. Oh yeah, he was great. I love him. He's just like dumb muscle. So Kuwabara is this guy who's just like dumb muscle. But then he actually experiences like character growth over the course of the series, and it's very good. But yeah, he's just like big dumb. I love him. He figures out how to do like an energy sword or something. Again, I think this delve into the spirit sword, this delve into 90s anime is really just bringing back some memories. It's distracting me from drawing. I can't focus while I'm trying to think of like, so let's see, I'll draw Kuwabara. Oh gosh, I can't draw Kuwabara. He's basically shaped like a slice of pizza. He's got a big old chin. The stream is gonna turn from draw sports to draw vaguely 90s anime that I don't remember. Oh my gosh, this is... He has like this energy, right? he's just like, what? No, I don't care for my friends. Kicks a chair. And he's got like that typical, like stereotypical like greaser hair where it's all just like a pompadour. Gosh. This is a travesty. I don't know how to draw Kuwabara. Oh, was Inuyasha your jam? I think I watched like 2 episodes of Inuyasha. Yeah, what is this? It would be. They're all wearing Japanese middle school outfits. Yeah, these are all middle schoolers, right? So, but they look like grown men. So he's got big, just like, what? No, I'm a punk. A punk with a heart of gold. Fists. Just, yeah. I apologize in advance for all of my sound effects. It's how I channel the spirit of the drawing. How do you middle school outfit? I don't know. Nope, that's not it. That? I don't know. And yeah, he's got a spirit sword. Spirit sword. I love the, You too? I didn't consume media either. My parents were extremely strict. Everything was bad and of the devil. Guys, I'm gonna pull up a picture of Kuwabara so I can compare my picture to him. I have not looked at a picture of Kuwabara in an eternity. Yay, solidarity with strict parents. Yeah. Gosh. Yeah, I was banned from like Pokemon, from like everything, basically. So, yeah, it was a good time. Can you give me a good picture of Kuwabara, please, internet? I will accept this. Yeah, college was really where I had, like, actually started to watch things. Nope, no one to move you, please. There we go. There he is. There's the boy. Kuwabara. Just an angry friend. Oh man, I'm very proud of this expression. Got it in 1. Boom. I have not seen the entirety of Cowboy Bebop. Also, parenthetically, I think I have Dave's Cowboy Bebop. It's here in South Dakota. I have not watched the entire thing yet, which is kind of a bummer. It is a good show. I will have to marathon it one day. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is just 110%. Just amazing. Alright, well this is going to be the Kuwabara layer. So I'm going to move foot basketball to another layer. What am I doing? Where are my tools? There we go. This is the Yu Hakusho layer. And, let's see. Whoop. What's happening? What's happening here? Oh, this is Kuwabara. Get out of here. Delete. There we go. Oh no. Oh no. Actually I don't know the ending of Cowboy Bebop. I think I know like some stuff that happens. But yeah, although I did watch the movie. I don't know if the movie spoils anything. I don't remember much of the movie. I think I was sleeping for a good deal of it, which is kind of a bummer. It's also been a hot second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the Yu Hakusho crew. I have a buddy who is big on Yu Hakusho. but was not a Kuwabara fan. They were a big fan of another dude, but here's the main guy. Oh gosh. Final Fantasy VII. I've started playing through Final Fantasy VII like old school 1994 Final Fantasy VII on the Switch, because I don't have like a PS whatever. And yeah, it's like I grew up watching my cousins play it and have never actually finished playing through it myself. But the remake looks amazing, but also it only gets you through Midgar. I'm like, hey, I bought the entire game for like $15 and I can go all the way through. Yeah, the game looks just beautiful. So I'm just like, dang. Yeah, when they first announced it, because again, having grown up seeing Final Fantasy being played and whatever and remembering when it came out, and it's like they brought out Advent Children, which was, I mean, it wasn't a great movie, but at the time in college it was like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. And now they're remaking it with like current generation graphics. It's insane. What an insane time to live, right? Pandemic, Final Fantasy remakes, it's just so much. It's just so much. So much is happening. Oh gosh. I want warmer weather to come so I can actually wear my Four Seasons shirt. Especially now that the majority of the foolishness is over. Hopefully, knock on wood. Gosh, what does his hair look like? Alright, so this is a main character dude. We live in a sports anime. If I was still teaching a writing class and somebody submitted this as a script, this meaning like the world, be like, you know, this is just too much. Nobody is going, this is not a realistic amount of life happening in this frame of time. And yet here we are. Okay, so here's main dude, right? And he's got his spirit gun pose. He is also wearing a middle school outfit. These are all just middle schoolers fighting demons. No big deal. Yeah, my buddy was big on, there's like this fox demon guy. Oh gosh, how? Oh no. Oh no. Think like in the vein of Inuyasha, but like fox. And also slightly more collected. And just like, oh, I'm very cool and very ethereal and I have a rose whip or whatever. For some reason, I think he too is wearing some form of middle school outfit. Even though he's a demon. Whip? Rose Whip is peak anime. This is the 90s, so it's like, you know, he summons it and it explodes forth in like a burst of roses. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is like, listen, if you ever want to experience like the 90s, or whenever this was made, go watch Yu Yu Hakusho. I like need to rewatch it. He's the pretty boy. Ooh, Vampire Knight. Oh, man. I think I read the manga for that. I'm so happy you all are on this journey with me. I'm so happy we could take this journey together. It's not the journey I expected, but it's the journey I think we all deserved or needed, or however the saying goes. So to round out the Yu Hakusho cast, there's also this like little asshole who's also a demon. And he's just like always angry, right? He's stereotypical like loner. Actually, I don't think we see his eyebrows because he wears a headband. Because he's got like, you know, there's like, ooh, a third eye under there, but spoilers. And he's got like just big spiky hair. Big black spiky hair. Don't rag on that announcer. I struggle with math. I feel you, announcer. Yeah, so this guy, you know, he's just like, ugh, I'm a loner. I'm an edgelord. I also kind of like him too, because I like edgelords. Alright, there we go. The cast of Yu Hakusho. Main character, not main character, Kuwabara. Yusuke. The Fox Demon? Kurama? And, what's this guy's name? Hiei? Hiei. Alright. Peak 90s. And you can tell when they're wearing civilian clothes. It's very 90s. The math promo. So apparently with that math promo, that was like the 40 millionth take, because one of I think the other guy who was not talking kept just bursting out laughing. So in the comments, people are like, wow, I don't know how the announcer is keeping such a straight face. And they're like, bro, because she's heard it like 30 million times, and this was the one where they're like, we have to get through this, please. Such a good promo. I love that promo. Yeah, and if you watch the second guy, you can like see where he's, I don't know, it's like he's about to crack, he's about to laugh again. You can almost hear the producer on the other end saying, don't you dare, don't you do it, don't you laugh. Everybody in the chat just like, or everybody in the comments just saying like, yeah, I was making a recipe and it turned out wrong, but that was because I forgot to add Kurt Angle to the mix. It's just so stupid. It's the exact mix of stupid that I love and crave. Gosh. So, good grief. What a journey. We went through, I just like relived, I like astrally projected back to like college and high school, talking about Final Fantasy and Yu Hakusho. Oh my goodness, and Vampire Knight. Oh. Is Vampire Knight still ongoing? I feel like I still see it floating around every so often, but I do not follow it, so I don't know. I'm so curious. Part of me wants to like delve back into some of the stuff I like read or watched way back when, just out of curiosity. But then, I don't know, the rational part of my brain is like, but why would you do that? It's like Naruto. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I feel like it pops up every so often. Coming to America too. Oh my goodness. That. Speaking of like, gosh, just nostalgia, or like old school movies. When did the original come out? Like 90s? 80s? Excuse me, I don't even know. Okay, we're gonna make an attempt at drawing foot basketball. And yeah, that seems right. 80s sounds correct. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about these. So the setup is Blake and Ferdy block for tide while Renzo goes for layup. Okay. According to Google, 88. Wow. This movie is almost as old as I am. Oh gosh, what does it look like when somebody does a layup? They do like this. Except Renzo can float, so I don't know how that'll figure into it. Okay, that's supposed to be a layup, but it looks like he's doing ballet. Don't judge me. Alright, that's a basketball. And we can tell it's Renzo because he's got long, flowing hair. Renzo just levitates. Yeah, Renzo, clearly I need to reframe this entire drawing because I don't think we're really taking advantage of the fact that Renzo can, fly. I don't think that's within the scope of the rules, Renzo. I don't think you can do that. I don't know if that's double dribbling or traveling, but it's not legal. Yeah, Renzo technically doesn't need anybody's help. So I don't know what Blake and Ferdy are doing. Okay, I'm gonna move the basket up though. I will accept your critique. And just scooch it up here. And also make it more apparent, possibly, that he is flying. Just an improbable amount of air. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry that you also had a brief and traumatic brush with youth basketball. I tried out for the basketball team when I was a wee little freshman in high school, because, I wanted to do a sport and not do PE. Yeah, I got cut from the team. I had no aim. Oh no. Oh no. But also that's very good. And I love it so much. It's like, guys, I made a touchdown. You made a basket in our basket. Yeah, listen, if you made the basket, that's just a matter of making it into the correct teams. If you're good at scoring points against yourself, it's like, well, hey, the potential is there. I'm thinking I might just break up the Ferdy Blake dynamic here and just make like just 4 baskets in different directions. Like everybody's playing their own game. Oh no. Well, if it's any consolation to you, I was very fast in basketball. I could steal the ball and be down on the other side of the court and attempt like 3 shots and miss all of them by the time the rest of the folks got to me. So I feel your pain. I just had no I had no aptitude for basketball. And I also tried out for softball, and it was the exact same thing. I could not throw the ball to save my life. I could not catch to save my life. But I could run those bases. And they were like, you're in the wrong sport. You need to go with the track people because they don't mess with throwing balls around. They literally just run. And I was like, oh, fair enough. Why am I struggling when I could just do the one thing I'm good at? Alright, so Ferdy I don't know where Ferdy's gonna be. Cat, what would Ferdy be wearing on a Swole Boys day off playing a rowdy game of basketball? Ferdy is so much fun to draw. He's just shapes. He's just a bunch of good shapes. So I don't know if this is a testament to how out of practice I am with drawing from like observation, or just an indicator of what I've been drawing lately. And it's like, I was struggling drawing the owls, and then I get to drawing like Yu Hakusho and all this other stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, this feels good. He's gonna be wearing a t-shirt and jeans. That is amazing. It's like, all right, it's sports day at the Seoul Wrestling Complex. What are our champions' outfits of choice? And it's like this impromptu red carpet. And we cut to Ferdy wearing jeans. That's very good. T-shirt and jeans on sports day. Pajamas. Oh god. I'm not arguing that jeans are not in fact sporty. However, if you have tried to do anything remotely sweat-inducing while wearing jeans, it's okay, Ferdy. I love you regardless. All right. Okay, folks, I just had an idea. So, like, Ferdy's over here, right? They just become like, it's like cardboard. It's like trying to move in cardboard. Like when I was looking up like hiking information, when I was getting like into hiking, they were like, number one, for the love of God, don't wear jeans. Just the worst thing you could do. Okay, so I had a flash of inspiration. Ferdy's gonna be over here trying to make stuff like in this basket. Meanwhile, there's like Tide and Blake over here trying to stop, you know, just unsuccessfully trying to stop Renzo from making a basket. I feel like Ferdy would just be jamming over here. Yeah, I'm missing some context. You lost? I have questions. And I gotta scroll up. T-shirt and pajamas. I was in cross country. I ran cross country and track and had a couple of ill-fated years playing soccer, which I was not good at. They literally just had me on the team because I was fast. And one of the only reasons why I did cross country was because one of the only reasons I did cross country was because it got me out of my parents' house, and out of, you know, the terribleness that was there. Okay, so Dave is chanting for Bear Story. I have a bear story. But it wasn't when I was in cross country. Um, it got me out of out of my family's house, like because I had sporting events all the time. Um, so context, right? Talking about strict parents and not being able to watch Yu Hakusho or Pokemon or whatever. So my parents were strict and kind of shitty, and my teachers and coaches knew this. Um, God bless them. And so when I started running track as a freshman, one of the coaches was also the cross country coach, and she was like, "Oh, hey, like, would you like to draw, or would you like to join cross country?" A, because she was always actively recruiting, um, and B, because I mean, like as a teacher, you get a vibe for the kids, and it's like, oh, this kid has a bad home situation. Hey, do you want to do this thing so you don't have to go back to that bad home situation for as much time? So I ended up playing like 3 sports for almost the entirety of high school because people got the vibe. Which, listen, being an adult has given me so much more context for all the stuff that happened when I was a kid. Because I mean, I wasn't a good soccer player. I was not a good cross-country runner. I was a decent track runner. But yeah, it was really just a vehicle to keep me out of a bad time. So thank God for, for schools. Yes, Kat, and for understanding teachers and classmates, because, yeah, it was just wild. High school was not a great time. It never is a great time, I feel, but mine was particularly not good. But, hey, listen, we're not here to relive my trauma. Let me talk about another traumatic thing that happened to me, which is the bear story. Also, Alika doesn't know how to draw people holding a basketball. We can also maybe chalk this up to Ferdy not knowing how to hold a basketball. I'm losing my mind. So the bear story. Hold on, I need to reconcile what's happening with Ferdy's hands because I'm concerned. So the bear story. I ran track, ran cross country, etc. and so forth. Yes, we did. We made it through, and that is what counts. And I don't know. It certainly kind of informed my own approach when I was a teacher. Of just like, hey, like, people were there for me. I want to be there for, if any of the kids are going through it. So what that basically translated to was like, hey, let me help out the game club and play D&D with all the, kids who are outcast from all the other clubs. That was a good time. Ferdy would absolutely not know how to draw, not know how to hold a basketball. Great, excellent, perfect. I'm just trying to think, like, what's the worst way one could hold a basketball? Maybe like a shot put. Trying to think, how do people hold basketball? Bear story. Bear story while I attempt to draw hands. So, fast forward from high school, and I'm back teaching at my old high school. Excuse me. And I'm one of the cross-country coaches. Irony of ironies. And one year, well, every year, the freshmen went to camp up in the mountains or wherever, and this time the main coach couldn't make it, so I went in her stead. And one of the things I had to do was make sure the kids run every day, because it's cross country and like you have to run every day. So I was like, all right, cool, we're up in the mountains, it's great, it's beautiful. I don't know how to draw basketball, so I'll get back to that. And I'm like, oh, let me scout out a little run for us to do one day. Well, listen, this was before 127 Hours, the movie, and I knew I should have alerted somebody before I went out. But I was like, whatever, we're in a camp. What's the worst that could happen? Famous last words anybody could ever utter. I go out and exactly. In my head, I was like, I know this is a bad idea. Why are you doing this? But like, whatever. So I go out jogging up above the cabin. So there's like this little trail that leads up this sort of canyon, right? The camp is kind of at the bottom of a valley. So I go jogging up the sides of the valley. There's a little trail. I go to I pass what looks like a little park. Sort of a nice little park where there's like a little canopy or bathroom or whatever. There's trees. It's kind of obscured from the main trail, and I just kind of pass right on by it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Nobody's there. It's just me. Again, I don't see anybody. I'm jogging for about 10-15 minutes. Up the trail, I reach this like flat pond type area that's bounded on all sides by bushes, like taller than me bushes. And I'm like, starting to get a little weirded out because my situation is now starting to catch up with the survival side of my brain that was like, hey, this is a bad idea. The bushes are rustling because it's windy, and I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be like so wild if just something came out of the bushes, like it could just straight up run at me. So my paranoia is like going insane. I go back, or no, I'm still hanging out by like this pond, this like weird man-made pond, and I see something back by the park, and I'm like, oh, like there's somebody here with their dog. That's a weird shaped dog. And then it turns, and I'm looking at it from the side, like in profile, and I'm like, that's a bear. That's a straight up bear. And I'm up here and nobody knows where I am. I'm going to die and be eaten by bears, and nobody's going to find me because there's like a mama bear probably in these rustling bushes. Because I'm looking at the size of it, I'm like, that's not a grown bear. That's like a teenage bear. There is a strong possibility that mama bear is watching me. What if it's in the bushes? Oh God. And I'm at this point, there's like a river that's running through the valley. I'm looking over the edge. It's not like a cliff. It's like a rocky, steep hill. I'm like, I mean, I might break an ankle, but I bet I could make it down into the water and be safe from bears if something came charging at me. So, all of this is taking maybe like 30 seconds. And I'm like, okay, it's not coming toward me. But I had to, in order to exit the pond area, I had to get through like this narrow gap in the bushes. And I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna just haul ass through this gap in the bushes and hope nothing grabs me. So I just sprint, just dead on sprint, past the park, down the hill, just flying. By this point, the kids have all gathered and they're like wearing their running clothes. I don't stop, I just go straight down the path to meet them. And I'm all out of breath, and they're like, oh, coach, what's up? I'm like, well, we're not running that way. I almost died. Let's go this way. Let's go to the mini golf course. And they're like, yay! So they were happy because, they weren't happy because coach had almost died, but they got a shorter run because coach had almost died. So that's my bear story. Don't go out alone. Make sure you tell people where you been or where you're going. That's the moral of the story. Now, every time I have to go somewhere, I'm like, I am glad I wasn't eaten by a bear either, to be fair. I feel like of all the ways to go, like, please let my going out be swift. Please don't have me eaten by something. I'm just going to assume that people hearing the story are glad. I'm just going to automatically assume people are glad that I was not eaten by a bear. The reaction to the story is typically not, man, I was really rooting for the bear. Or like, what was it? I remember there was one episode of the Pokemon show, like the OG Pokemon cartoon, where Team Rocket is like relating the story of, you know, young James. It's like, and then I got lost in the snow, and they're like, oh my god, did you die? It's like, bruh. Yes, it's all full circle. So because real life Alika did not die because of bear, listen, this is how we gain strength from our fears. I was like, the bear will become my power. Literally, in this case. Yeah, I would not like to die for him. I don't know how to pronounce the little Antarctic predators. I would not want to die by their hand, tendrils, anything. Okay, this is shameful, but I have to look up a picture of a basketball because I don't know how to draw one. It's Superb Owl Sunday. I shouldn't be drawing a basketball, but here I am. But did you die? You know what? Maybe my memory is embellishing a little, but I feel like the high school kids were like, but what happened? Like, are you okay? Like, kids, I'm here. What do you think? The high schoolers could be amusing sometimes. It was unfortunate that they were teenagers. But they were funny. This is perhaps not the best basketball I've drawn, but that's where I'm at. What would a fantasy Nike logo look like? Except it's a double swoosh. I don't know. Alright. So Ferdy's over here just like scoping out the basketball, wearing jeans. Meanwhile, Renzo's over here just floating. Would Ferdy's shirt be like a logo shirt? Would it be like a track tower logo shirt? Ooh, Under Armour. Nice. Oh gosh. I'm trying to think. What does the Under Armour logo look like? Okay, we're gonna make it a shield because it's Under Armour. Under Armour. Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna flesh this out later. But I feel like shield, but also antlers, because Under Armour. Oh, that's very good. Perf. I love it. Ferdy's official sponsorship. Under Armour. Love it. Okay, that means we gotta make fantasy equivalents for all the other characters too. Let's see. So Renzo's has got to be like Air Jordan, but fantasy. I don't know what that would be. Wait, what's a Druid-backed company? Under Armour? I love it. Air Jortstan. Wait, there's a lot to unpack in that three-word phrase. Air Jortstan. Alright, it's official. Renzo's gonna be wearing jorts. With apologies in advance to 10. Oh gosh, which way do thumbs go? I'm going to specifically put, like, this is Kat's fault. I only drew this because of Kat. It was the chat. The chat told me to do it. So the sponsorship company rolls up to Renzo and is like, so yeah, we've got your new promo package, and here you go. It's like, what is this? Fakezo has so corrupted Renzo's image that it's starting to bleed into his official sponsorships. Truly the darkest timeline. Alright, so I feel like he's going to be wearing jorts, but also have a pair of like cool sneakers on. So there is hope. And if I had any sense at all, I would be doing an underdrawing instead of just going straight for it, but you know, no sleeve hoodie is a very good look, and thank you for that. That's very good. No sleeve hoodie it is. Like, of course, because you can't, listen, Renzo cannot be restricted. Oh gosh. There is! Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Blake's is gonna have some sort of Griffin company. Alright, elbow. Whoops, why did I erase that? Yeah, I feel like Blake Griffin might have been floating around in my brain pan when I made Blake. I don't remember exactly. Or I think in the Warforged section of one of the Eberron books, they list a bunch of like potential Warforged names, and one of them is Blade, and I think I read that, but my brain immediately went like Blake for some reason, and there it was. Also, this basketball is the size of like a grapefruit. I don't know how to draw shoes. So, yeah, It's a distant basketball. They're playing with a tennis ball. They don't know what's what. These poor boys. Yeah, I know there's something screwy happening with this arm, which I will fix later. I really want to do a cleaned up version of this picture. But there's this artist, I think his name is Gabriel Piccolo. He's Piccolo on all of his social media channels, but like his jam is drawing shoes. Like he is a self-proclaimed sneakerhead, and he's just so good at drawing shoes. And every time I see his art, I'm just like, dang, like I wish I could draw shoes like that. His stuff is so good. I hate him. No, I love Piccolo. He's great. Yeah, I'm trying to make him cut off jorts. These are absolutely cut off jorts. I'm gonna have to draw 10 some like apology art for the things I have wrought. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Alright, there we go. Cut off jorts. You know, I'm so glad Piccolo got, like, noticed, like he got his whole jam sort of acknowledged. The entire left part of the image is just chat. This is all just chat's fault. Oh, I don't know how to draw sneakers. I'm sorry. Shoes are just a weird concept to draw. Also, these aren't quite booty shorts, but they are approaching booty short length. I feel like boot sneakers. Chad made me do it. I'm just gonna write that over here. Chat made me do. Actually, I'm not even gonna write it anywhere. This is just gonna be the title of the image. Chat made me do it. I don't know how to draw tread on the bottom of a sneaker, so it's just gonna be like that. Also, I feel like everybody would be wearing wristbands because wristbands. Alright, so I think Renzo's pretty much done. Good grief. Listen, the wristbands are a necessary part of the ensemble. They increase your athletic performance, much like the inflatable basketball on those old 90s like pump-up sneakers. Those would seriously make you jump higher. Why is today turned into like nostalgia for the 90s? Chat. Draw. I think somebody's going to be wearing those. I'm just trying to figure out where I can put it in this picture. Alright. Drew was not present in the chat. You guys have to dress Tide. What's Tide wearing? While I noodle with his hair. That's accurate. Alright. Actual athletic gear. think everybody's wearing jeans except him. I think even Blake's wearing jeans. Alright, what do real basketball players wear? It's like basketball jersey? Yay. I gotta look at this. Oh man. Oh wow. This has turned into 90s Remembrance Day. Is this White Man Can't Jump? Oh my goodness. God, that is just peak 90s. But the real question is who's who? Who's wearing what? Who's wearing these? I feel like I know somebody who had a pair of those blue shorts. Oh man. Alright, well I'm gonna... Gosh. Oh no. This is... Alright, well I'm gonna figure out the rest of Tide's pose while I figure out who's gonna wear what. Has somebody won the game yet? Is the game still going on? What's happening? I feel like I haven't checked in with the pop culture event of the day in a hot second. Okay, so I'm going to be drawing this like action picture, right? But also I feel like I need to do like just a lineup, like a police lineup of the four boys wearing their outfits, because I feel like these action shots are not going to do them justice. 31-9. Oh boy. I mean, I guess crazier things have happened in the Super Bowl, but I mean, that seems like game to me. The thing about this picture that Dave sent me is that no matter who I choose to wear what, somebody's going to end up wearing basically booty shorts. This picture is going to be at least half booty shorts. So you can blame Dave for that. Gosh, what are poses? And this is why reference images are important. Because somehow the stuff you can make up on your own never quite matches up with what actually happens in real life. So, I don't know. Also, when I was a kid, I had like just this huge basketball poster of like the Bulls circa the 90s because my family was big on them because they were from Chicago. And they were a lot of action shots, but of course, like, do I remember any of them? I don't. Alright. I'm going to move on to another part of the picture because Tide's pose is not happening for me. I gotta look at this picture again. There's so much happening in these outfits. There's like knee-high socks. Oh my goodness. And there it goes. Oops. So I've been going back and forth between Photoshop and Clip Studio Paint frequently in the last couple of weeks, and they do share some overlap in terms of a lot of their basic functionality, but then I'll be looking for like the lasso tool or something and I keep hitting some random tool, so you see me just sitting here and making random marks. It's because my muscle memory is betraying me. I'm not knocking the ankle socks. I'm just... Okay, I am kind of knocking the ankle socks. Just such a peak 90s image. Alright, I'm not sure what exactly Ty's doing, but he is going to be wearing, is it Wesley Snipes? He is going to be wearing his outfit, including ankle socks. He's trying to do like some sort of block. Also, I'm a real big fan of putting like wristbands on everything, or sleeve cuffs, or watches, because it helps define the shape of the arm and is like saying, oh, it's this arm is pointing, you know, this way. Which is why a lot of characters I draw have gloves, or a watch, or whatever. The important question is, how jacked is Tide in relation to the rest of them? I am going to make him moderately jacked. Alright. Oh, thank God, the shoe is going off the screen. Okay. Ugh. I just realized how deep of a cut this tank has, which is, I think, a style that's come back in vogue of late, where the cut just, like the whole side of the shirt is just gone. And it's just, it's not even a shirt, it's more hole than fabric. Yes, exactly. It's like, just cut out the middleman. Just, it's a medieval piece of clothing. But no, it's a workout accessory. So yeah, the picture, it's just whole side of torso exposed. Which is actually what I was considering putting Blake into, but now he's just going to be wearing this big chunky shirt with what appears to be the village people on it. I'm so confused. This image, yeah, I apologize in advance for this. All right. Well, thank you. I had a vague idea of what I was going to draw going into the stream, but clearly even that vague idea was wrong. So, Thank you all for giving me glorious, glorious inspiration. I already know I'm going to have to do this picture in color because I can't do these shorts justice in black and white. It's like, it's got the peak 90s thing. There's just big, bold, geometric shapes. Oh gosh. And not knee-high socks, amazingly. Calf-high socks? Exactly. Oh gosh, what did I do? Yeah, just like, it's those 90s shapes. You know it when you see them. Like bowling arcade or bowling alley carpet vibes. Blake is also going to be wearing a baseball hat, because that's what the dude is wearing. So I have to sit back and look at this picture because it's just chaos. There's just so much happening. I don't even know where to look at this point. Okay, and at this point I think I'm just gonna leave Blake as just like a kind of human looking person, because I don't feel like drawing armor. Alright, Renzo is gonna have to be moved because there's just so much happening. Alright, I think this is pretty much done. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it and color it and clean it up a little bit at some point. But yeah, I think that's, gosh, I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. Like, this is what everything led to. The talking about the 90s. The going back over memory lane, it all sort of built up to this. There were choices made. I think everybody made choices. Specifically, you all made choices, and it made its way onto the drawing. So let's see. I'm gonna do a little recap, just to kind of go back over what all went down. No, thank you all for showing up and for coming on this journey with me. Gosh, we went from superb owls to tiny floofy owls, to sad owls, very concerned, to, oh yeah, I sure did draw Tide with a mullet. I'm gonna look at this file tomorrow and just be like, what happened? What happened? Yu Hakusho happened. We went to the 90s, and then we went full 90s with basketball / football / Soul Boys. But yeah, no, thank you all for coming, for chilling. Thank you all for keeping me updated on the superb owl scores. And yeah, I think that's a wrap. So I'm definitely going to put these in the Discord for everybody to just wonder what the hell was going on. And I think I definitely want to do like a finished colored version of this piece, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, thank you all. Have a great night, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.